It's about 12:40 p.m. We're already up to $380 so far today from one of our Facebook pages. And if you've been struggling making more money from your Facebook page, more than likely you're not aware of some of the changes that Facebook has made recently. So what I'm going to do in this video is essentially show you how we're able to get results like that, how we're able to scale Facebook pages. Even when Facebook makes massive changes to how they pay creators, we're still able to adapt fairly quickly because we're able to see across multiple Facebook pages what's actually working. So what I'm going to show you in today's video is how to fix your earnings problem, how to fix that based on what's actually working right now. I'm going to show you a clip from one of our recent coaching calls that I did with my clients, where basically I walked them through what's actually working right now in order to make more money from your Facebook page. So I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna go quickly through this document. I will make a post when we're done. I'm gonna make a post in the community with the link to this so you guys can download it and go through it slowly if you want, and then go back to some of the stuff. This is based on a couple of experiments we've done over the past 2 weeks across multiple Facebook pages. I think it was about 10 different Facebook pages, and like looking all the data. I made a post about this in the community a couple of days ago, but this is a little bit more in depth of everything. So the best practices moving forward, and this is where I'm gonna take all of this information and update it inside of Creator Academy over the next few months. But essentially what's the biggest change is that Facebook went from trying to push the TikTok monetization style of content to now shifting again back to the YouTube monetization style, meaning that we want more long form because we have more opportunities to show more ads if you consume more of that content. So essentially that is what's happening. And I'm going to show you guys some examples of some stuff, but I'm not going to go through all of this because essentially, like I said, you guys will be able to download this and go through it if you want. So the main thing is you should not be optimizing for views anymore. Like you don't want to say, hey, I'm going to post this reel because this one gets 5 million views every single time. That's not the thing. What you should be looking at is how many qualified views am I getting for these videos? Now, essentially what I'm trying to do, and this is something that it's a little bit more difficult. Eventually, what I want to have inside of Repost HQ is the ability to filter by the type of views. So total views versus qualified views. This is a data point that is very hard to extract from Facebook because some pages have it and other pages, for some reason, they don't have it. So we're trying to figure out how we can pull that data from the API so we can include it inside our Repost HQ. So when you do decide to repost something, you can base your decision on how many qualified views this video gets versus total views. So if you get more qualified views on a repost that consistently gets 90% qualified views, more than likely you're going to make more money from that post than a video with 1 million views but only 20% qualified views. So hopefully that makes sense. The main shift is to qualified views, and long form reels and videos generate more monetization opportunities through deeper watch time. So if you post longer form content where we talked about this, you will make more money. It's like a guarantee. Photos, text posts, and stories, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But here's the recommended content structure. And by the way, we have a little upside down pyramid that breaks this down a little bit more visually so you guys can understand what this concept is. I'm going to go quickly through this concept right here so you understand. So layer number 1 is long form content. This is the primary monetization engine. This is what's really going to allow you to make more money long term because it has a higher RPM. Essentially, the sweet spot that we found is typically between 1 minute and 45 seconds to 2 minutes and 30 seconds for stronger watch time. That means that little graph that you see when you click on a post, it shows you like 50% of the people watch, 100% people drop off, all of that stuff. Typically, your highest is going to be between 1 minute and 45 to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That is going to give you the strongest watch time. And we tested this across multiple, like 10 different Facebook pages. And essentially, this is the number that on average we're getting. Now, if you want stronger retention and more monetization opportunities, you can definitely make it longer. You can make it 2 to 4 minutes, meaning that a 4-minute video will have more ads shown within the video. Like you will get in-stream ads before the video starts. You will get those banner ads below the video. You might get a video ad after the video ends. So there's multiple ad formats that will be shown, and that increases the monetization opportunities, which means higher RPM, more qualified views. These two, if you have longer form content, even if you have 15, 20-minute videos, you can definitely shrink those down or take small 1 minute and 45-second clips, 2-minute and 30-second clips, 4-minute clips, and start testing them on your page and just to see how they perform. If you don't have 10-minute videos, 5-minute videos, then I would probably stick to 1 minute and 45 seconds because that's typically what's performing best in terms of watch time, retention, and all that. Okay, the second layer is the 60-second short reels. This is the second highest RPM type of content that we've seen. And this is essentially taking a small, like a 60-second clip from the existing 1 minute and 45-second clip. Basically, from a 2 minute and 30-second clip, you might pull two different 60-second clips. Those essentially will act individually, like each post is going to be an individual post that might get different distribution on Facebook. And so that means you're not going to get a really high RPM like these right here, but you're still going to get a very strong RPM. So we are repurposing from that into 60-second reels, giving you more opportunities to post more without having to create new content. Like we're taking the long form into a 60-second little clip. And then the last one, the layer number 3, is these 15 to 20-second reels. These are not designed to make you money. They will make money, of course, if they get views. If, you know, let's say one of them blows up, you will make money, but the RPM is not going to be nothing compared to what the 60-second and the long form content is going to be. So this is why you should definitely be looking at layer number 3 as essentially a way to get more reach, bring more people, drive more followers, not necessarily as a way to make money. So if you post these 15, 20-second reels, essentially what's going to happen is you can post 5 of them. One of them will probably make you, $20, $50, maybe $100 if it gets a couple million views. But you have to look at it as, I'm posting these because this is going to continue to help my page get more reach and get more followers, not because they're going to make me money. The money is right here on layer number 2 and layer number 1. If you're trying to scale because you're trying to reach 1 million followers, 500,000 followers, then just go nuts with the 15 and 20-second reels. If you're trying to scale revenue because you're trying to make more money specifically, then these ones right here will get less views, but they will make you more money long term. So these are the 3 different layers. So this is the visual concept of what I just said. Long form content should be the big thing that you should be focused on with the highest RPM potential. And then from these, you make those 60-second short reels. And then from those, you make these 15 to 20-second reels. So it starts right here. And then from here, you make repurposed content, the best moments out of these repurposed content. And this one is designed to make you money. This one is designed to make you a little bit of money. And these ones are designed to essentially help you grow, get more reach, get more followers. That's the 3 layers. Hey, very quickly, if you are a content creator who's trying to scale your revenue on Facebook and you're trying to get from $2,000 to $3,000 per month to perhaps $5,000, $10,000, you want to find out what are the strategies and techniques that I could be applying to my Facebook page right now in order to scale. Well, that's exactly what we do inside of our Facebook Creator Academy program. We do coaching calls just like this to help our creators and give them personalized advice on what they should be doing in order to improve and scale their revenue on Facebook. Not only that, we give you a specific framework on what you need to be doing in order to scale your followers, your views, and revenue over the next 90 days, on top of all the tools, resources, and software like Repost HQ that we give our members to really manage and understand what they should be doing on Facebook in order to scale. So if you want to find out more, just click the link in the description below. And now let's get back to the video. If we go to qualified views is the most important metric. But the thing is, how do you generate qualified views on photo posts or stories or text? That's the biggest question that we had. There's multiple ways to do this. Storytelling captions, it's one thing that's, we've been trying to do for, I would say, testing multiple different Facebook pages, meaning that you post a photo and then you tell a story that is related to that photo. Let's say Quincy's in this call. Let's say Quincy has a photo with a famous movie director, and she posts a selfie. And then basically the photo is not going to be enough to generate qualified views. That is essentially is going to be just the hook. And the actual money is going to be made from the storytelling aspect of that photo post. So she could say, hey, this is the time that I met XYZ. And I had one of the most incredible experiences because he told me this and this and this and this. And then you convert that into an actual mini vlog in text format that actually it's attached to the image. So now when someone sees the photo, essentially they can just tap on the photo and they spend 15 seconds, which is what you're trying to do, reading that description to get them to spend time on that post. So the photo is your hook. The storytelling aspect is what's going to make you money. Now, there's other ways to do this. It doesn't have to be storytelling. You can make basically a short description with a photo that is designed to be used as a way to get people to stop and look at the photo for a very long time. Actually, I have a great example that I want to show you guys of what that is. I just thought about it right now. This is a Facebook page, and in this Facebook page, this is a photo. It's just a simple photo of a grandma with a bunch of cats. Now, here's the caption on this post, and this is a Spanish page, by the way. And basically, this is the caption. It's a single line, but guess what the caption is? The caption is, "Hey, how many cats can you spot on this photo?" That's the caption. Now, this one is getting, this was just posted an hour ago, 17 comments so far, 95 likes. It has so far 2,700 views. And if we go to the content monetization and I show you this, out of those, it has 3,000 qualified views. So how do you explain that? Essentially, it's getting more qualified views than actual views. Basically, what's happening here is that they see the hook, they see the text on the description, and then because the question of what we're asking in this post is, hey, how many cats can you spot in? And it's really difficult to count all the different cats. So people who really love cats, they would just stop and they will start looking at the picture and they will start to figure it out how many cats are in the picture. And then if you look at the comments, you can see that that's exactly what's going on, because people are just posting in the comment section how many cats they think they have. People are saying 11, 10, 12, 8, and they can't seem to agree on a number. But essentially, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them to stop on the picture, spend as much time as possible on this image, spend the time to count, and then after they do that, they go to the comment section and they actually comment what they think the number is. So this is how you engineer that engagement to create those qualified views for photo posts. This is another example of what I mean, that you can generate qualified views on photo posts as long as you understand a little bit of psychology and how humans interact with content and stuff like that. There's two ways to do that: long storytelling posts or these type of posts, which are essentially images that make people stop and inspect. This is what I just showed you right now, which is the grandma with a bunch of cats, where you can barely tell how many cats she has, and you have to stop and you start counting. And then after that, you go to the comment section, you put the number, and guess what? You just made someone spend 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds on that post, which means more qualified views, which means more money is being made. So this is how you engineer that with photo posts. This is the best recommendations for photo. Pair the image with caption, use storytelling, get the viewer a reason to spend more time on the post, make the image and caption work together, not separately. That's exactly what I just showed you that we're doing. And we do this, like I said, across multiple Facebook pages, multiple languages, multiple different types of niches. So what I'm telling you right here in this document, which by the way, you guys will be able to download, is exactly how we came up with all of this stuff, because we have tested this across multiple different Facebook pages. So for text posts, this is a little bit more, depends on the type of niche or topic for your Facebook page. So things that work: opinion-based prompts, relatable questions, niche discussion hooks, controversial but safe takes, stuff like that. Texts are not really going to help you make money. It's not for the sake of making money, but they're definitely going to help you generate more engagement and overall reach for the page. So on examples, unpopular opinion. Let's say you have any type of Facebook page, like an ad page, like I just showed you. Unpopular opinion: people who hate cats are the worst people in the world. Am I right? That's your text. That is going to generate a lot of engagement, a lot of people in the comments fighting, a lot of controversial takes. So essentially, this is what you want to do with specifically text. And you don't have to use text if you don't want to. I would say the best performing stuff is always going to be photos and videos in order to generate qualified views, but text can definitely be added into your strategy if you want. Now, let's talk about stories. Stories are actually making money now. And if you do it properly, it could definitely add to your overall revenue for the page. The best performing stuff should be uploaded to your stories. So it's essentially saying straight to stories. Recently, Facebook released something saying that if you share content to your stories, that's not going to count for monetization. So if you hit the share button from a post and you post that in your stories, that's not going to make you money. You're wasting your time. So essentially what you want to do is you want to keep your stories under 60 seconds if it's a video. And also if it's a photo, you want to add some sort of text caption. That image that I showed you guys with the old lady with a bunch of cats, let's say that one goes viral, gets 1,000 comments. I'm not going to post that to my stories today, but what I will do is I'll post that to stories in the next 48 hours. I'll post the exact same image, and then I'll take that line, that description, and put it as a text-based content on top of the story, on top of the image, and I'll use the exact same thing. Guess what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to reply to that story, and essentially I am making money from that top performing content. So we're just repurposing to the story. So this is how it should be, like the structure of the different formats to maximize revenue. So long form plus short form reels basically is going to be the meat. That's going to be where you're going to make the most money. Photo posts, you need to engineer that qualified views, and you need to do that in two different ways. The best performing video ideas, basically you take the context out of that and you turn that into a storytelling post, or you turn that into a photo. For example, Daniel spearfishing. You grab a fish, he has a picture of the fish in his hand, and he creates a little text that says, if you can name this fish, then you are an actual spearfisher. Or what would you call this fish? Or something to get people to engage. Or maybe you can say something, spot what's wrong with this picture. Or try to find out what is wrong with this fish. Or see if you can spot how this fish died, if it has a hole or something. So that's going to get a lot of engagement in the comment section, and you're going to engineer that qualified view metrics for your photo post. And then last but not least, stories, which means you take that photo, best performing photo post in the last 48 hours, or best performing short form reel, less than 60 seconds, and you upload that straight to your stories. And if you do that, essentially, you're now repurposing the different formats to get the highest RPM possible for your page. So this is the practical strategies basically that you need to follow, which is basically a summary of everything that I just said. And you're going to have access to this PDF. You'll be able to download it. I'll post it in the community so you can go through it and apply some of this stuff for the page. Okay, so hopefully you understand what's actually working right now when it comes to really scaling Facebook pages. It's not just about views anymore. It's about understanding how to get those qualified views. And that really determines how much money you make from your Facebook page. Because if you don't understand these things, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to be stuck thinking that you simply need more views when you really need to optimize your content and your posting strategy to get more qualified views. But not only that, you also need to understand what actually drives your RPM so you make more money for those 1,000 qualified views. Because you can get a lot of qualified views, but if your RPM is 5 cents, it's really not going to make a major difference in your revenue. This is why now more than ever, you need to understand exactly what is working for your Facebook page, meaning what are the formats that are actually being pushed by the algorithm so you understand exactly what type of content you should be making. Which is why we use tools like Repost HQ to find out what is the best performing content for our pages. This is how we're able to scale and hit numbers like this on a daily basis, essentially hitting $500 to $1,000 per day on some of these pages. And the way we do that is by analyzing data. We use tools like Repost HQ to find out what are the best performing content, and then we reuse that content on a weekly to monthly basis to increase our posting frequency and make more money from our content on top of our new content. This is the smart way of scaling Facebook pages and what we teach our clients how to do. And if you want to find out more about Repost HQ and how it works, you can watch this video right here. And hopefully now you have a better understanding on what you should be doing on Facebook. So go ahead and watch that video if you want to find out more about Repost HQ, and I'll see you guys in my next video.